Have you ever fallen in love online? As the way we socialize continues to be more online, emotional scams are becoming a bigger issue.
This is where scammers build fake and intimate online relationships and friendships to gain trust and manipulate their victims into sending money or personal information.
People of all ages can fall victim, especially in times of stress or loneliness. Young adults and teenagers are also being targeted more as their trusting nature makes them easier to exploit.
Another issue we're seeing is the victim's reluctance to report these scams. They're incredibly easy for anyone to fall for. Reporting these helps to expose the scammers and prevent others from being scammed. This video will cover two types of emotional scam. The first and probably the most common: romance scams.
One of my friends thought they found the love of their life online. Then suddenly, the person they believed they were building a relationship with asked for money, claiming all their accounts had been
frozen.
After taking a sec to check, she realized she'd fallen for a romance scam. This, unfortunately, isn't a rare occurrence. Today in the lab, we're going to be taking a closer look at some examples of romance scams, so you know what red flags to watch out for.
So what is a romance scam? A romance scam is when a scammer pretends to form a genuine online relationship with another person to gain trust and then manipulates them into sending money, gifts, or personal information. The relationship feels incredibly real, which is why it's so easy to fall for.
So how do romance scammers operate? In our first example, we have a few text exchanges between a scammer and their victim. See if you can spot the red flags. As you can see, the scammer has kicked off the conversation with a friendly message on social media. These same messages can also be received on dating apps and online games. No cause for alarm yet, but let's see how this develops. Fast forward a few weeks, the scammer has become more affectionate, which has built emotional trust with the victim. I wonder how this will develop. Our victim has tried to meet the scammer in person and by video call several times. Each time they've made an excuse. Now they're asking the victim to send money so they can buy a plane ticket to visit. In these text conversations, we've observed three common red flags indicating a possible romance scam. 1. We have an example of love bombing in Slate 2. Love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with intense affection, attention, or promises early on. In scams, it's used to build fast emotional attachment in the hope the victim will lower their guard. 2. Romance scammers will avoid face-to-face interactions, usually because they're not who they say they are. 3. Asking for money from a victim for something as emotionally charged as a plane ticket to travel to meet in person is common scam behavior, which we'll see more of later.
What are some more common romance scam red flags? In this example, we have 5 red flags in a single message. See if you can find them all.
Can we please video call? I really want you to meet my parents. They've heard so much about you. I can't do that as my phone camera is broken. Baby, can we please keep our relationship a secret for now? I think privacy makes our love more special. I'm tired of chatting on Facebook. It's been 3 days. Do you reckon you could give me your number so I can text you? Also, I have a gift for you, but I spent all my money on it, and now the post office says there is a delivery fee. Could you send me the money for it? I love you so much.
There's a lot to unpack here. 1. Right away, the scammer has avoided a video call claiming a broken phone camera. Although this isn't a guaranteed red flag, it's a pretty common excuse to hide a scammer's identity. 2. Scammers will often want to keep a relationship a secret. This is to avoid the victim talking about the situation with friends and family that will likely detect fraudulent behavior. 3. The scammer has confessed to being in love with the victim after 3 days. Again, we're seeing love bombing and intense affection early on, which is definitely a red flag. 4. Moving conversation to a less secure platform makes you vulnerable. In this case, the victim has been asked for their phone number, which is personal information. 5. The scammer has asked for money for another emotionally charged purchase. The gift from the scammer most likely isn't real.
So, what are some things you can do to detect if someone is a scammer? If you're unsure about someone online, you can ask them a few simple questions.
Can we video call? When can we meet in person? Why do we need secrecy? Genuine romantic interest won't rush you or avoid being seen. Speak to someone you trust, like family, friends, or your bank, before sending any money. Another way to check if someone is real is to slow things down and take a sec to check. If they are a scammer, others may have reported them online. To reverse image search, save the photo, upload it to Google Images, and see where it appears. If the same photo shows up with different names, then that's a red flag.
How can you protect yourself from online romance scams. You can protect yourself online from romance scams by being aware of any unsolicited friend requests from strangers. Requests can come via email, social media, dating sites, or any other websites or apps. Try not to overshare personal information, such as family history, and never share passwords or bank details. If in doubt, verify their identity by asking for a recent photo holding a recently dated newspaper, or by requesting them to take a selfie while performing a specific action, like tugging their ear or holding an object like a newspaper or spoon.
What is a sextortion scam? A sextortion scam is when someone threatens to share intimate images or messages unless money is paid or demands are met. These images might not even be real. They might be AI generated.
Do scammers actually have your image? Not always. Some scammers bluff and use edited or AI generated material, but the fear they create is real.
What should you do if you receive a sextortion threat? If you receive a sextortion threat, you should stop engaging, don't pay, keep any evidence, and reach out to the police straight away. You should reach out to the bank if you believe your accounts have been compromised.
What are some examples of sextortion scams? 1. Demands for revealing pictures or money, claiming that your webcam has been hacked or that there are recordings of you. 2. Threats that these images will be released if money is not paid, often in crypto. 3. Sextortion emails can include items of personal information that may have been subject to a data breach. 4. The use of fake profiles online, particularly over Instagram or Snapchat, to gain trust and establish a relationship. This can begin as a friendship and progress to encouraging the sharing of private photos, videos, or personal information with the purpose of extorting money or pursuing other criminal actions.
How do you avoid being sextorted? You can avoid being sextorted by being careful what you share online. Avoid sending intimate images altogether, and definitely don't send intimate photos or videos of yourself to people you haven't met in person.
Who can I talk to if I'm being sextorted? You should reach out to the police straight away, but if you aren't able to do that, reach out to a trusted family member or friend, the National Cyber Security Centre, NetSafe, or ID Care.
Emotional scams are deeply personal as they exploit trust and an individual's desire for connection. They rely on shame. Victims are often too embarrassed to talk to others or report the scam.
If you think you've been scammed or something seems sus, you're not alone. Reach out for help. Contact your bank right away. ASB has a 24/7 scam helpline. You should also report it to the police.
To report a sextortion or romance scam, visit www.netsafe.org.nz/scams.
For more info and support, other helpful contacts include NetSafe, Consumer Protection, Age Concern, ID Care, and the ASB Scam Hub.